Okay, everyone. So I think we're going to go ahead and get started. So welcome, everyone. And so we got a few guests. This is our phototherapy patch weekly evening call. We usually do this call on Mondays, but since we had a holiday yesterday, we're doing it tonight. So I want to welcome all of our guests here. Anna Marie, Betty, and Michelle, right? Is that everyone? Okay. So, this is this wonderful community here, and I just want to welcome everyone. We're here to talk about the phototherapy patch technology and the X39 patch. So I'm your host, Lemuria, and I'm hosting tonight with Deborah, the two of us. So again, I just want to welcome everybody. So we're just going to start off with a disclaimer. And the disclaimer is that this information that we're presenting tonight is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure any kind of illnesses or diseases or disorders. This is for educational purposes. And if anybody has any kind of questions that they need to take up with their medical professionals, then we invite you to, gather information here and then, ask whatever you need to ask of your practitioners. So with that being said, we're just going to dive right in. So I just want to share a little bit with you all tonight about LifeWave. LifeWave is the company that created these amazing collection of phototherapy patches. Deborah's going to talk about what phototherapy is, but we have a line of these phototherapy patches. They're general wellness patches that are designed to really assist your body in healing. And these patches were designed by a gentleman by the name of David Schmidt. He is the inventor, founder, and CEO of LifeWave. He founded LifeWave in 2002. They came out with their first patch in 2004. So the company's been around for over 20 years. They've been utilizing this phototherapy technology in the development of these amazing patches. And this came out of some technology that David Schmidt was working on, where he was designing technologies that would assist Navy SEALs on these long missions, where that would increase their strength and stamina and performance without the use of drugs or stimulants or any kind of caffeine. He was looking for natural ways to be able to do that. And then he started his own company again in 2002. In 2019, the company launched its first stem cell activation patch. The company is right here in the United States. The laboratory and manufacturing is here in California, Utah, and Ireland. And we have global distribution in over 75 different countries around the world. So with that being said, I am going to turn the rest of this presentation over to my co-host, Deborah Jones, and take it away, Deborah.
Okay. Want to do the next slide? Okay. Everybody wants to look and feel younger, right? The key is stem cells and the power of phototherapy. Next. And you're asking, what is stem cells? So stem cells are the body's raw materials. It helps reduce inflammation. It triggers some of the death of the old cells, and it self-replicates. But also what it does, it multiplies. So stem cells can be anything. It could be muscle, it could be bone, it could be nails, cartilage, fat, anything in the body. It could replicate in the body that you need, your liver, whatever it is, your skin, whatever it is, the stem cell can be. Next. The problem is stem cells age with the rest of the body. Aging stem cells slow down and we have less growth. So by age 35, we lose about 50% of our stem cells. And by the time we hit 65, most of our stem cells are gone. So this is a good product to really get them activated again. Eventually, there's no more. So also, if some of you haven't heard about stem cell injections, they can be very expensive. I mean, you're talking in the $10,000, and it's very risky, and there is no guarantee that it'll work. Next. So we have this breakthrough in stem cell technology, as Lamira had mentioned about our CEO and owner. It's very affordable. It's safe, there's non-transdermal, and it's drug-free. And you're wondering, how does this technology work? Well, I'm going to tell you. Next. So phototherapy, it utilizes the wavelengths of infrared and visible light to support health. So what is the LifeWave Phototherapy X39 patch? Well, it is a wearable light technology patch form. It contains organic materials that form crystal lattice structure. The patch is activated by our own body light when applied. And this is the same as if you were outside in the sun and how you get vitamin D from the sun. It's the same type of concept. It reflects back to a specific wavelength of light that activates a ghk copper peptide, which is proven to activate your stem cells and produce more stem cells and reset your stem cells to a younger and healthier you. So who wouldn't want that? And it alters gene expressions towards a younger biological age. So these are some of the things that you can expect from the patch, our X39 patch. You would get rapid pain relief. There's a reduction in the inflammation. It supports wound healing. You can receive a lot of energy and vitality, mental clarity. After a certain amount of time, we all are losing that. So you can gain that back, enhance sports performance when you're working out, and also a faster recovery from exercise. And so once again, the X39 stem cell activation patch is drug-free. There is no injection, so you wouldn't have to worry about any of that. It's non-invasive and latex-free. It's just simply a patch, which I will be showing you that in a few minutes. Okay, and with that being said, what we're going to do next is have a few testimonies. We have some of our regulars on here that I know they're willing to give some testimonies.
Okay, so
thanks.
Yeah, so we're going to call on a few testimonials from those of you in the audience. We've got Ariana, we've got Dre, we've got Ms. Ella, we've got all of you have had amazing results. So go to it. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Hey, Ms. Ella.
Okay, so I was introduced to the patch last year around the latter part of October. And at that time, I had a right shoulder replacement, total shoulder replacement that occurred in 21. And then 2022, I had a right knee complete replacement. Prior to that, I had just body pain, and I didn't know why. I do have, at least the doctors say I have osteoarthritis. But for a very long time, that was one of the reasons that I retired, was my body pain. And I retired in 2007. But I had worked 34 years at that time. But still, I was looking for something to relieve body pain that I didn't know why I was hurting in the first place. So I started using the patches in November. I was on a cane at the time, and I just started using the patches. Um, X39 is what I started with and what I continue to use, but I've added a few other patches. Um, One day after in the new year in 2023, um, I woke up and started moving, and at some point recognized I didn't have any consistent pain, and I was moving without the cane. So I'm like, wow. Only thing I have done that I have changed is I added the X39 patch, and I'm still using it, and I've added the light wave patch and one or two others, but I just thought that was pretty amazing, and I wear it 12 hours on, and then I take it off for 12 hours, but every once in a while I will forget to remove it, or I have patched so much I forget one spot that I didn't take the patch off of. But I've, trying to be consistent with it, because from hearing the people on the line that have been using it for 2 and 3 years, part of the success of this is to follow that protocol of 12 hours on and 12 hours off. And so, if you're new on the line tonight, I encourage you to give this a try, because it has blessed me. So, and I'm not on the cane now. I still have now my left knee is wanting some attention. So occasionally it wants to give out, but that's the only time I'm using my cane, if I go out of the house, and we don't know when that's going to happen. So that's just a safety precaution, but um, I'm pain free as far as the pain that I was experienced prior to using the patch. So thank you so much for allowing me to share.
Thanks, Ms. Ella.
Thank you.
Pain-free, off the cane. That's awesome. It's pretty awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, who else would like to share?
I'll share.
Hey, Ariana.
Yay, because I'll have to leave in a couple of minutes, but I just wanted to come on the beginning of the call. Yeah, I've started the patch 4 years ago, actually this past week, or this past couple of weeks, it's been 4 years. And I started the day after I turned 60. And so I just turned 64, and I know, like, I am not really aging. I mean, I didn't have a lot of health issues, but I did have some issues with my energy. I had some autoimmune stuff, and I had some arthritis that was starting. That went away in like 2 weeks after I started X39. I only used X39 for it was the only patch I used. We had LifeWave has other patches, but the only patch I used for a very long time was X39. I had changes in my sleep. The first month I slept less, but I woke up every morning feeling completely refreshed, even though I was sleeping less. And then I started to sleep a lot more, and then everything sort of regulated. I would say in general, I used to crash. My energy I go, but I kind of always felt like I was dragging my body around with me. And that was one of the first things I noticed. I noticed I could do things that normally would drain my energy. I wasn't getting drained anymore. I noticed I could sit as long as with my patch on, I could sit in front of the computer all day, and it didn't make me feel sick, which it used to make me feel sick, even though I had other, protection devices and stuff. And now 4 years later, I mean, it's just the main thing is I just don't really feel like I'm aging, and I'm supposed to be, this is when you're supposed to age rapidly, I guess. And I just feel really healthy. I feel healthier than I did 4 and 6 and even 8 years ago. And I do a lot of other things that would support someone's health, but I just don't want to be without these patches.
Wow.
So
That's awesome.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love that.
Thank you, Ariana. That's wow. That's wild. And she looks good, doesn't she?
Oh, and one other thing. So, I have I also created a business. I mean, I don't know, I didn't really know I was gonna. I mean, I signed up to be a brand partner, but I didn't really know that what I would do with it because I've never done this type of business before. But now LifeWave is actually I'm able to sustain my income is coming from LifeWave. So if that's something that interests you and you just stick with this, if you do the business and you stick with it, it can actually it'll happen. It takes a little time, but it'll happen.
Wow. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have anybody else? Hey, Betty. You want to take off? I know she has a testimony. You got to unmute. She's just talking. You have to look for your mute button. Should be at the top of your screen, maybe.
Or the bottom. It might
Or the
be,
bottom.
it might be at the bottom of your screen where you see the little microphone. You just want to unmute yourself.
She's on her laptop too, so I'm not sure where it's at on your laptop.
It's usually at the bottom left hand.
Okay.
There she go.
There you go.
You got it.
Okay. Hi, my name is Betty, and I've been on, well, the number 39 patch for about 7 months now. And I used to have a lot of pain in my right shoulder and arm and down into my hand. But after using the patches, since using the patch, the pain has subsided, and I must admit, when I first heard of the patches, I was a bit skeptical. I thought, this is too good to be true. But knowing Deborah, who is such a trustworthy individual, I knew that she wouldn't have me try something, or she wouldn't be backing a product that wasn't good. And I'm so glad I listened to her, because the last 7 months I've been feeling so much better. And I hope it just continues. I've been very happy. Thank all of you.
Thank you, Betty.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Wow, Betty. So 7 months you've been patching?
7 months.
39, 7 months?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, and I've had the pain. I have some arthritis too, and I've had the pain for several years. And it, like I said, it's amazing to get up in the morning and no pain.
Yeah.
So I'm very pleased.
Did you notice a difference right away, or did it take time?
It took a little time, but and then the problem I have, sometimes I forget to take it off, so it becomes a longer than 12-hour patch. So eventually comes off, though.
So that happens to all of us.
Yeah.
We all can testify to that. Great, awesome.
Great, thank you. Thank you for
Thank
sharing.
you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Anybody else?
What about you, Trey? You want to share a testimonial?
Okay, I'll do a quick one. Yeah, I started maybe about 1.5 years ago with X39. And, It's been fine. I've been, I started off originally because of my breathing, and my breathing got better, okay, over time, okay, which I was so thankful for the patch for helping me with that. And recently, I got a recent thing that's been changing. That's been my sleeping habits. That's been changing. I've had a difficulty sleeping for a while. And now, since I've been patching more regularly, which I really didn't do before, but now it's regular, and my sleeping patterns have been really awesome now. I can sleep 7 hours, sometimes even 8, whereas I usually sleep. I used to sleep like 4 hours and stuff like that, but now my sleep patterns have been, getting better, and I feel better because, when you sleep, your body heals, faster and stuff like that. So, it's been a plus in reference to my sleeping patterns. So that's the recent, testimony, recent thing that the X39 has done for me over the past maybe 2 months. This has been happening 3 months in reference to the sleeping patterns changing. But yeah, so, that's basically what's new with me as far as testimonials.
That's awesome. What can you tell us what was going on with your breathing that
Oh yeah, yeah.
created a
Initially,
change?
right. Initially, because when I was young, I had asthma, so the bronchitis kind of, it's comes on every now and then when I get a cold. And during the time of COVID, I don't know if it was related, but it started getting worse. My breathing wasn't the same. So I was using the patch at that time, and it kind of, cleared things up, a little bit. And I haven't had any issues since then in reference to the breathing. So it kind of, I guess, maybe did something to my stem cells in the lungs or something like that. I don't know, but it corrected it. I'm happy about that. So yeah. So anybody that's new, the patches do work, I must say.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. So you want to go into Q&A, Deborah?
Yeah. Oh, I actually want to do the patch placement and then
Okay.
the Q&A. Yeah. So if some of you who are not, because I didn't show it earlier, this is the patch, and this is how big it is. And all you have to do is just take off, there's tape on the back of it, and you just put it where you need to. So the patch, as someone mentioned earlier, you wear 12 hours on and 12 hours off. You want to actually reapply a new one after that 12 hours. And if you're like most of us and accidentally wear them longer, then you wait a full 24 hours, later before you put it back on. The key also is you want to drink plenty of water. It's recommended that you try to do at least half your body weight. Also, when they did the studies, you could wear it behind on a C7 behind the back of your neck, or you can wear 2 fingers below your belly button. But the patch can be worn any place on the body because it's going to go where it needs to go in the body that needs healing, repaired first. You can wear this in the shower. You can go swimming in it, all those, and it'll stay on. But it's an awesome patch. So with that being, and also like the reason why I said to drink the water, because you need, to take it off because you don't want to stimulate your body. So you do want to try to be mindful of taking it off and not wearing it too long. And with that being said, we are going to go into Q&A. So if anybody has any questions, please ask that now. If you.
Oh, I have a question.
Yes, Dre.
Yeah, as far as wearing more than one patch at the same time, okay, does it increase the, I guess you can say, effect, or is it the same effect, or you know what I mean? Because I've done it, but I don't know if it's recommended or if it's not good to do or what. Any feedback on that?
Sure.
Yeah. You want to answer that, Lemire?
Yeah, go for it.
You can. You can wear as many patches. I'm not sure, Dre, are you just wearing the X39?
Yes.
Yeah, you can. I mean, when he did the studies, it was just for the one patch, but there have been testimonies that people do wear multiple X39.
Yeah.
I'm not sure now. As far as the question is, if it's going to, I don't think it's going to be, it's double just because you're wearing it. If it's twice as strong.
Yeah, that's my point. Yeah.
That's what you're trying to find
Yeah.
out. Because some people might wear, like for instance, I've worn it where on my C7 on the back, but then if I have a pain somewhere else, I'll put it on that pain. So I've done that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what
And
I've
so
done.
then, yes, it's working there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason why I brought that up too is because my granddaughter, when I first introduced her to the patch, she had an ear situation. My daughter, she didn't know, but she was putting two patches on her, at the same time. She didn't know, she just put one. And her situation was corrected in a month. I had to send her another batch of patches because she used them up in 15 days. So
my brother did that.
Did that, yeah. So it's a thing where it's that I'm saying, wow, okay, it took care of 1 month. I said, well, maybe doubling up might, be twice as effective or something. I don't know. I'm creative with stuff, so that's why I was doing it just to see, what the result would be. But it, I guess, it's no harm done.
You can't hurt yourself putting the patches on. I've heard, now when the patches first came out, before the X39, when the first patches came out, 2002, 2004, and after they came out with the Aeon, the Energy patch, that series. And they were basically practitioners that were using the patches. And some of those practitioners, I mean, still today, practitioners use these patches. So they've, it started out being mainly utilized by practitioners, and then, it started being marketed to as a multi-level marketing company. Once it, became multi-level marketing company, then everybody had access to it. But my point is that I've heard of practitioners in their protocols using multiple patches on the body to do a treatment. So, everybody, I don't think that the company has done studies on all the possibilities, right? They've done very specific studies, but then a lot of people just experiment with the patches and try, using the patches in a multitude of different ways, and then report on what kind of benefit they have. I heard of acupuncture practitioners putting 30 patches on the body for one treatment. Now that's gotta be pretty intense. But that was under the care of a practitioner, and they had a specific protocol that they had designed, and that was working for their patient. So, a lot of practitioners design their own protocols. Medical practitioners design their own protocols with these patches. But the thing is that, you can't hurt yourself. That is important to know. They're safe, they're effective, and sometimes people might feel a little overstimulated because X39 really creates a lot of energy. But that's why sometimes people, when they wear it at nighttime, they say they can't sleep, and they're up cleaning their house and all this kind of stuff. They got all this energy, so those are the side effects, but they're good side effects,
Okay. All right.
Yeah, does anybody else have any questions? Any of our guests have any questions? I was thinking of, I think I'll share my own testimony. I'm gonna mute. Somebody's got a lot of background noise. I'm not sure who it is. But my own testimonial has to do with pain, and
Yeah,
yeah, I'm not
I
sure.
don't know. Does somebody have a TV on or something?
Okay, that was Betty. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, my own testimonial has to do with pain, and I had severe back pain when I started using these patches. And what I noticed is that for some people, the X39 it can be the only patch that anybody needs. Most of the time, it is the only patch that people need. It's the general wellness patch. And you can use the X39, and once you activate your stem cells, then those stem cells can go wherever the body needs them and start working on healing and repair. The patch doesn't have any stem cells on it. The patch is using a light wave, a frequency to activate what the body naturally makes that has lost that ability over time for whatever reason. So what the patch is doing is activating ghk copper peptide that is naturally made in the body, and that peptide is known to do a tremendous amount of things. It's really a miracle peptide. But one of the most important things that it does is it resets thousands of our genes to a younger, healthier state, and it calls up the body to start making stem cells. And that's where the healing and repair takes place. So, so when we talk about these patches, we're not we're not saying that the patches are doing anything except stimulating GHK copper peptide, and then the body is doing what it naturally does. So when I started using the patches, it took several months for my issues to resolve, but they have been going on for quite some time. We have had other people where we put one patch on them and they have these amazing instant results. And I can't explain why that is, why for some it might take 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, or depending on what's going on with your body, maybe a year and a half. I heard a testimonial from a guy who had like extreme neuropathy and some other neurological problems that he had had for many, many years. And it was really debilitating for him. He couldn't even walk. He was unable. His mobility was completely affected. And his testimonial was that a year and a half after using X39, his body was completely healed. His body completely healed all of the neurological imbalances, in his spine and nerve damage throughout his body. All of that completely healed. But he stuck with it for a year and a half because he knew something was happening. And sometimes what happens with people is that they get impatient. We live in a society where everybody wants instant gratification. And if it doesn't happen in 30 days, then, oh, this doesn't work, And it could be, that person could be a week or a few weeks away from, some kind of a breakthrough with their body. You just don't know. But what we say is that, your body, as soon as you put that patch on, your body is activating its own stem cells, and it's working immediately. So however long it takes your body to heal and repair, your body is working. From the moment you put that patch on, your body is going to work. And you don't know, I don't know, we don't know all the things that's going on in our body, but our body's intelligence knows, and it is working on whatever it is in the body. Most of the time it's working on things that we didn't even know was going on in our bodies. So, trust in the process, and as you start to patch, take good care of yourself, and just keep going. Just put that patch on and do that daily protocol, and don't get so attached to when you think something should resolve itself. Just trust that your body is doing what it needs to do. Hi, Doug. I don't know if you can. He's driving.
He's driving.
Okay, well, is there any other questions or comments, or anybody want to share anything else? We're at the 7:38 hour. We can hang out a little bit more time if you all have some shares or comments or questions or anything.
I have a guest on the line, Mr. Jimmy Luckett. I think he's still on the line.
Yes.
He's on the line. I'm not sure.
It still says he's connecting.
His audio has been, it looks like his audio has been trying to connect for quite a bit of time now. So
I'll check with him after the call and see if he could hear us, because there's a picture of him up here.
Yeah, I see
but
him.
I haven't heard him say anything.
Yeah, it looks like his audio isn't fully connected. Maybe you can send him a text message or give him a call and see if he is able to get connected.
Okay, I may cut myself off, but so if I get cut off and don't come back, it's good to see you.
Or you can, or afterwards. We don't want to lose you, Miss Ella.
Okay, well, I had talked to him before the call started, and he told me he was going to try to get on.
Yeah, yeah, he's trying to get
And
on.
I see that he's trying.
Yeah, he probably needs to disconnect and try to reconnect.
Okay.
Okay, so let's talk about for anybody who's interested in trying this technology, what it takes to get started. You want to talk about that, Deborah?
Sure. I'm not, let me see. You can go ahead and jump in there until I see.
Okay.
I don't have all that paperwork.
So, so the patches, you heard the protocol for the patches is, so how they come is in a pack of 30. And I think I have a pack here.
I have the envelope. Here we go.
Okay, great. Yeah. So, so it comes in a pack of 30, and the company ships these patches directly to you. Unless you purchase directly off of one of our brand partners who told you about these amazing patches. But we've got a wonderful preferred customer program where you can sign up at a wholesale price and purchase on a monthly basis. And every month, the company will send you samples of the other patches. This is a really nice program because we have like a glutathione patch. We have a amazing patch called the Aeon patch, which is a stress and inflammation patch. And the glutathione activates your body's most abundant antioxidant, which is called glutathione. And carnosine, which body makes carnosine, that's the that is important for a number of things, and particularly in longevity. And we've got a pain patch called Ice Wave. So anyway, we've got all these other patches, and the company, if you sign up for this program, you get a supply of a pack of 10 shipped out with your order every month, so that you can try the other patches and see how these other patches work. So it's a really wonderful program with a lot of bonus benefits that save you some really nice savings, and and all the time you get to really benefit from this amazing technology. The other opportunity is for anyone who is interested in residual income. There is a tremendous opportunity with this company. I can say, honestly, I do not come from a multi-level marketing background. When I started using these patches and when they started really working for me, I had been in the health and wellness business for over 30 years. So it was very natural for me to want to become a brand partner and share it with my clients and share it with my friends and share it with my family and people that I run into that, have health problems. And I think we all know people that have a lot of different health problems. Today I was trying to make an appointment with a DO, a doctor of orthopedic medicine. I'm looking for a primary care physician. And so DOs are really great to have as primary care physicians because they bridge natural health with the traditional. And so, that's a good doctor to have if natural health is really important to you, which it should be important to all of us. And so I was looking for a DO, and all of these doctors I called, they're all not taking any new patients because the system is just overrun with people with all these health problems.
Yes, yes.
So there's no shortage of people who really use this technology, and we all know people. All we have to do is look to our family, look to our friends' families. When I talk to my friends, they're inevitably telling me about somebody who has something going on with their health. So, when I stand in line at the grocery store, people turn around and just start talking to me about what's going on, go into the natural product stores, the nutritional stores, and people are in there looking for something to help, cure something that's going on with their health. So this country is overrun with people. People are experiencing a lot of health problems. And we need to be able to provide them with some natural options, some kind of way where the body can start to heal itself naturally. And so the beauty about these patches is they use light therapy, phototherapy, like Deborah was talking about. It's like when you go out in the sun and the sun sends a wave of light to the body, and then the body just starts making vitamin D. It's frequency. And so this technology is based on that same kind of natural system that, all of us have been depending on, for since the beginning of time. So, this is amazing company. It is considered one of the fastest growing companies in the United States for 3 years in a row since the X39 came out. The company just exploded. And the only reason why it's exploded and it continues to explode is because people are getting so many miraculous benefits from the X39 patch. So we invite you to really gift yourself, something phenomenal, and gift your friends and your family something that can really make a difference in their life. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. So I think it's 7:46. I think we can wrap up.
Okay.
Okay. So I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. We usually have these calls on Monday, so we'll be back here on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the rest of our group will probably be there. Everybody's probably not used to a Tuesday night call. So we look forward to seeing everybody back on Monday. And if you are a guest here, connect with the person that invited you. And I look forward to seeing you all back next week. Have an absolutely amazing rest of the week. And much love to everybody.
Okay.
Thank you, Lemuria.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deborah.
Thank you, everybody. Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks
Okay.
for coming
Bye.
on.
Bye.